Well, hello. I'm Josh Holmes with For Me Golf, and we are on Snohomish Golf Course. And so, specifically, we are on the first hole, and this is a par five, and it is 517 yards from the yellow tees. One thing that's a little bizarre to me in Washington State, just as a by the way, is that all the tees are all different. It's just kind of bizarre. You think about blue, white, yellow, green, etc. These are all different. But oh well, life goes on. All right, cool. We are going to we're going to go down here. We're just going to hit 3-wood though, because again, par five. I don't care. The 3-wood has been working fairly well for me. So we're going to hit it. Beautiful. Oop. Low, left-hand side. It's fine. 365 yards, all the way up to that itty-bitty little red flag up there. So we're just going to hit my 3-wood one more time. I say 3-wood, 5-wood. That was beautiful. We have 158 yards, 158 yards, and I'm hitting my 6-iron. All right, and we're just going to go just to the left-hand side of that green, just a hair. My aiming point, because I don't want to end up in that bunker. Awesome. Oh, I ended up leaving a little bit to the right, but that worked out beautifully because I aimed further to the left. That was pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay. Oh, it's a par. We have 322 yards on this par 4. Dogleg to the left, which means I need to be over on the right-hand side a little bit. I'm going to go at the 150 marker, I think. I'm just doing that with my 3-wood because I don't need to be right up there. That was a great strike. I'm really happy with that shot. So there's the flag over that little hump there. You can tell this is definitely a dog leg over, and those trees definitely protect that green from anybody who's short and left. But we have 118 yards from here. Hold it a little bit. That should be all right. Should be good. All right, let's see if we can actually hit this hard enough. I'm kind of hitting him too slow. That was almost in. That is not bad. All right. We have 415 yards from here around to the green. That is dogleg to the right. So we're going to be aiming kind of down the left-hand side of this, and we shall see where we end up. Yep. Aim just to the left of that 150 marker down there. All right. Then oh, I pulled it. Okay, well, I'm in the other fairway. All right, that will lengthen the hole for sure. We have 210 yards, but I'm just punching a 7-iron through there. There's a gap that goes towards the flag, but I'm not brave enough to try it. So we're just going to do a little knockdown, get up there within a wedge distance. Loving that. Ended up middle of the fairway, very excited, 115 yards out. So we're going to take my 46 degree, which is my 120 club, and we're going to go at it. I'm pretty pleased with that. Right on the flag. Just a few steps short. I think this is actually pretty straight. Oh. Okay. All right. Oh. Bogey. We have a 371 yard par 4. I am basically going to go at that 150 marker. My 5 would have been working so well. I'm just going to hit it again. That's a good strike. That's a great strike, actually. 162 plus some uphill. Oh, I'm between my 5 and my 6. You know what? It's only 140 to the front. I'm going to hit my 6-iron, which is what I've got in my hand. And we will see how far onto the green we get. Well, I should hit a little bit short, but I'm up there. I'm okay. Okay, well, I stepped it off. It is 24 steps. I'm reading a little bit of left to right. Let's see how we do there. Ah, it's even further uphill. Boy, that was like 9 yards. Sorry, 9 feet, 10 feet, something like that. Oh, that cup was not very nice. Oh, hoya, hoya, hoya. That's a bogey. I'm going to count it as a bogey anyway. We have 152 yards, all uphill, and we're going to hit my 6-iron. We're going to hit it flush this time, and we're going to hit it well. Okay, so 152 yards, par 3, all uphill. We're going to go basically at the center of the green. Center left of the green anyway. Outstanding. I'm on the green. Yeah, all right. This is going to go a little bit to the right. So I'm aiming just a little bit to the left. And we will see where we end up. Woo! That's a long way uphill. Now it's going to go a little bit to the left. Get in. That's a par from a long way out. We have 401 yards from here. Awesome. Fairly straight. There's a little bit of stuff on the left, but other than that, just down there. All right. I'm basically going to aim at the 150 marker. We shall see how close we get. Oh, I pulled it. Pulled it way over. Should be okay though. Yeah, I dropped out and down. Okay. Got 195 yards in from there. And I hit off the tree there, which means that I'd have been much closer to the 150 marker if I'd hit it straight. But oh well, life goes on. All right, so we're going to use my utility iron or utility wood thingy to go just at the left-hand side of that green. Being below my feet, it's probably going to fade out to the right a hair. Nope, or I pull it. But it sounded like it actually went through pretty quickly, pretty cleanly. We'll go find it. 45 yards to the center, 33 to the front. All right. We are going to try a release 2. That is a Dan Greaves release 2, which means that the club of the shaft is actually pointed at my center, right here, my belly button, rather than at my hip when I get past. Should mean more height. Stop quicker. Well, that was pretty shit. All right, that's a little bit more than I was thinking it was when I only carried my putter over, but this is for my par. Or to set up a bogey, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Nope. That is a double bogey. I did not read enough break into that. So this is I'm currently at 451 yards out from this par 5. So my shot is actually from right down here. And so that's probably 430. Yeah, about 430. But it's a par 5. Now, to be honest, I have usually I end up playing this par 5 from way back over there where it's about 540 instead of all the way up there where it's about 430. So that's interesting. So it's a far more forward tee than I'm used to on this particular hole, but it is a par 5, 433 yards from here. All right, so since it is a par 5 and my driver has been working sometimes and not working sometimes, we are just going to hit my 5-wood yet again. All right. I can tell you, the right-hand side of this golf course, not a tremendous amount of fun to try to play out of. Oh, that was beautiful, though. Okay. Woo, look at that divot. My tee was there. The divot is right there. Digging that. So we have 237 yards from here. We're going to go just a little bit to the left of center up there. Or we're going to go right at that bunker on, but we're short of it. All right. Okay, just a little bit more of an uphill chip than I wanted, but okay. Put it up there. We have about 38 yards to the center, but thinking that actually is about right. Okay, this whole thing is going to go left to right a little bit. All right. Oh, get in. That was a birdie. We have a 7-iron in hand because it's 150 yards downhill to that little par 3. All right. There's a hill behind it, though, that I think is pretty good. We can use that as a backstop. We have to, but we're just going to hit it basically at it. Pushed it a little bit to the right, but we'll be okay. I hit it kind of off the toe there. This little bowl here. That was not a great strike with the iron there. But I've got about 25 yards left to the center. Probably 12 to the edge there. All right, we're just going to do a release 1. Keep going. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Not bad. I'm getting to work out my wedges today. That's not bad. Okay. All right. Got bit by that earlier. We are going to, yeah. This is pretty much downhill, straight downhill. That's a par. I'm very excited about par golf today. All right, 322 yard par 4. There's a tree right behind the green. That's what I'm going to go at. So I'm hitting my 5 wood partially because I still trust it a lot more than I trust my driver. And there's also water in front of the green. So, all right, let's just go down there. That's a good strike. That's great, actually. Oh, very happy about that. All right. There's my ball. And there is the 125 or 5 marker. And they're actually pretty close to even. So I think I'm at 125 yards. 125 yards in. We are going to hit my 9-iron decently. Because there's water in front of the green and I don't want to end up in it. Outstanding. Pin high. Okay, this is all going to go left to right a little bit. All right, let's see how close we can get here. Distance-wise, very excited about that. And honestly, direction, I'm pretty happy with it. Because that, for a par putt, pretty excited about that for a par putt. Yeah, I am. All right, let's take a look at our front 9 here. Oh, we've shot a 3 over 39 so far. That's right, because I bogeyed twice and I doubled the 1, but I birdied the 1. So, yeah. So 3 over 39. That's pretty good. 10th hole. We have a par 5, 486 yards. However, the last 2 times that I've played here, I've hit to the right of that big purple tree over there. So again, I'm just going to do my 5-wood because it's easy and it works. Awesome. That was crushed. Stopped on a dime out in the fairway. Okay, so we are currently 253 yards out. So that was, or 253. So that was a 230 yard 5-wood. Okay. All right. I'm just going to do another 5-wood though. I'm not hitting this one nearly as hard. I'm remembering this green structure correctly. That's actually a right-hand pin. So I'm going to aim a little bit to the left of that. And we're going to go at it. Oh, well. That was truly a mishit. I don't know what I did there. The good news is I've got it on film and I'll get to analyze it in a little bit. However, the drive, the ball was here. That was where I plugged right there, or I hit. I ended up over here on the left-hand side. Not a big deal. I'm about 90 yards out, which is fine. I've got my 56 degree. Let me see. How far is that front? 70. All right, we're going to go about 90 yards. Pulled it a little bit, but I'm on. Yeah. All right. I'm on in reg on a par 5 with a mishit. It's not bad. It's just a slight drop left to right. Just go at it. That did not break at all. Distance control was not bad. So that was a par 5. So I am actually going to be trying it with the flag there. All right, it is 141, but it's playing 149. That's why I've got the rangefinder with the scope and the slope. Okay, so we've got 143 to the pin. However, it is playing more like 149 or 150. So I'm going to hit my 150 club, my 7-iron, and I'm going to hit that decently strong here. We're just going to go right at that flag. A little left of it. It's not a great strike, but I'm up within a chip and a putt. Outstanding. All right, let's get all the way back there. Again, not horrible on pace control. A little short, not bad. Okay, just that. Ah! I even read it correctly. We have a par 4, and that par 4 is 321 yards. So basically I'm going to go a little bit left of that 150 marker. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do there. Oh, well, I've hit my driver over there. I'm hoping I'm not quite as long as that. We'll go find it. We've got 139 yards. All of that is uphill, and we've got to keep it down underneath this tree here. So I'm going to hit my 7-iron decently, I think. That'll be plan A, is to hit it decently anyway. Move it back in my stance just a hair, just to keep it down a hair. Oh, that felt good. Okay, I'm up. I might be on the backside of the green, but I'm up there. I am thinking, as I look at this, there's a big hill that comes down this way. I think the whole thing is going to go a little bit right to left. But no, there's a big hill. There's a shallow hill that goes that way. All right. I'm basically going to go just a little bit to the left of it and just try and get it closer. Work on pace control again. Oh, I read that correct. I just didn't hit it quite hard enough. But to have 3 foot for, that's about 4 foot for par, I'm okay with that. Par golf, gotta dig it. So now my question is, so it's a 130 to the middle. That is my 9-iron. I'm just gonna hit my 9-iron. Yes, I'm just gonna right at the middle of this flag. Sorry, not the flag, but the green. And we will see where we end up. Okay. Yep. Okay, so 130 to the middle of that particular green, that itty bitty little green over there. All right, we're gonna go at it though. Yep. Okay. Very happy with that choice. Let's see. Basically, straight at it. Birdie. I'm on fire today. Very happy. We have a 428 yard par 4 that is a pretty significant dogleg to the right. So it's 428 yards that way. But I got to go that way. So we're going to go that way. We'll see how this goes. All right. And it's a short leg to the dog leg. Basically, the tree is going this way. I'm going for the last tall one. That's my aiming mark. Oh, get over that. Okay, I hit the tree on the right but I think I got through to the fairway down there. That was the primary thing, is I got to get around that corner. We have 200 yards from here. 5 wood is probably the wrong club. I'm going to hit it anyway. I'm just going to hit it softly, and we'll see how we end up. All right. This is typically a 215 yard club, and I'm going to try and put it about 200. Oh, nope. I'm going to worm burner it up there. However, I think that did about as well as any other club would have done. Just not a great strike. Okay, we've got 50 yards to the center, and then it kind of looks like it just rolls off the back. I would rather be just a hair short of that, I think. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm going to go just towards the center there. Myself with a little bit longer of a putt, but be a little safer. That was nice. All right. That's exactly what I was looking for. 15 to 20 footer. All right. Well, I am thinking this is pretty straight at it. Maybe a little bit of left, right to left. A little bit of right to left, but that's okay. Okay. Bogey. So just undid that birdie. That is a tough hole. Just being honest, that is a tough hole. Okay, 370 yards from here. Par 4. Just a dog leg out there to the left. So we're going to go basically at that 150 marker, a little to the left of it, and we'll see where we end up. That was a beautiful ball flight. I'm very excited about that shot. Okay, we've got 170 yards in, and we would rather be left, but not too far left because there are trees. I think I've kind of got to go at that flag because it's kind of in the middle of my miss zone. Yeah, that's kind of the middle of my miss zone there. So I miss it right or left, it's going to be by just a bit there. All right. Contact. That was nice contact. And I'm up there. Outstanding. So, slightly rotten luck. This is a very narrow green, it turns out. All right. So, I am going to do a little release one and just put it right there on the cusp. Let it roll out. Just barely on. Just like that. And you're going to stop right there. I'm actually really excited about that. This is pretty straight in. And that was a good par. Very excited about a good par. We have 404 yards from here. Slight into wind. Decent drop. I brought both my driver and my 3-wood because I was trying to make up my mind which one I wanted to hit here. I think I'm hitting it well enough. I'm swinging well enough. I'm gonna hit my driver. So let's try that. Okay. And my driver decently well yesterday too. All right. Basically, I'm aiming at the left far corner of the fairway there. Oh, but I hit it with a big banana slice, and I hit a tree. Okay, well, we will go find it. We will see what happens there, but the big dog's going back in the closet for a little bit. I've been playing really well with my 5-wood. But I'm not sure what's going on with my driver. Like, it's not the hardware. I've hit this driver exceptionally well for well over a year, almost 2 years now. But the last little bit, I've really struggled with my driver. I need to go to the range and just work on driver for a while. Yeah, that's in the near future. Okay. So I rode up to the top of the hill and over and was looking for my ball. I didn't realize that it had hit that tree and come down right here. So I am 229 yards. And it's basically, there's the two big purple trees. The flag is directly between them. And so basically that's my aiming point. This whole hole, by the way, slopes off to the left, and there's a big drop off in front of the green. So basically, I want to get down to the bottom of that drop off. Well, I brushed the trees on the right, but I think I did my job there. We've got 35 yards. All right, I'm going to basically do a release 2. Yeah, I'm going to try and do a release 2. I'm going to practice one right here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Nope, landed that short. Outstanding. Not bad. A little bit short, like about a step, maybe a step and a half. Yeah. Okay. So that was a bogey. So we are at 5 over. Outstanding. All right. Okay, we have 340 yards on this par 4. There is water to the right of the green, and actually it's to the right and to the front. Anyways, we'll have to avoid that when we get up there. But at the moment, I'm just going to go right at the 150 marker. Well, Left that one over to the right. That was interesting. Okay, let's go find it. Okay, so I rolled all the way off the right-hand side of the fairway, and I'm kind of behind this tree, but I've got plenty of room. In fact, I can still see the flag when I'm here. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at it. Because my other option would be to go up there and on, which definitely loses a shot. And this, I think it's a safe shot. It's just that there's this tree here, and then there's water in front. I don't know if you can see the water or not. I'll check in a bit, but yeah, I think I'm just going to play this down a little bit with my 120 club, even though it's 100 yards. But I'm going to play it with my 120, play it back in my stance, and punch it a little bit. Well, that is better than going up there and then hitting on. We are just going to do a little Dan Greaves release 1, which I think I'm going to do. Yeah, that feels better. Didn't hit that quite hard enough. But okay. All right. We're fine. Like I said, I did not hit that nearly hard enough. And this is definitely two-putt territory here. Boy, this green is just slow as the dickens. Wow. Okay. That was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was a 5. That was a bogey. We have 523 yards. So I'm going to bring the big dog back out because I'm going to aim at the basically there's a tree there, kind of the shorter one between the taller ones that I'm going to aim at. And if I do my big banana hook, that is fine on this particular hole because that is wide open up there. If I go straight, it'll be even better. I went straight. Little fade off the back. But I'm actually really happy with that shot. I'm on the left-hand side of that fairway. Decently down there. We are 287 yards out. So I'm just going to take a 5-iron and put it down there because this whole thing narrows at about 200 yards. And so I don't want to hit more than that. I have done that in the past and ended up behind the trees there on the left, and that was not a fun place to be. I'm just going to take a 5-iron, though, and put it down there. That'll work. That'll work really well. That's perfect. 120, 130 yards out. I'm good. I was wrong. 125 yards is back there. That's the 100 marker right there. So I think I'm right at 100 yards. 100 yards and a foot. So I'm going to take my 100-yard club. And we're going to go right at that flag because it's kind of a middle pin. Middle short pin, to be honest. But I'm going to try and go over just a hair. Pulled it just a hair, but should be on. Fantastic. Okay. So I was short, but be all right. I'm gonna take my little. This is a barefoot chipper. I think this is the first time I'm using it on the channel. but I carry it sometimes when I'm not feeling great with my wedges, but this is the perfect shot for it. So not bad. Not bad at all. Let's put this away for our par. And that went in for a par. Outstanding. So I had a front nine. That was a 3 over 39. And I just played a back nine. That was a 3 over. So I played that whole course pretty well, to be honest. Yeah, outstanding. So there you have it. I just played my best round of the season so far, a 6 over 78. Had a fantastic time at Snohomish Golf Course. The Snohomish Golf Course, as you saw, it's got a lot of up and down. It's not an overly long course. It's only about 6,500 yards from the backs, which I didn't actually play all the way from the backs because they didn't have the pin set in the backs today. So I was probably about 6,000 yards or so. But this was such a fun course. One thing I learned is I can actually keep my score really low when I'm playing with my 5-wood instead of playing with my driver. That was a wonderful thing to find out. The other thing is, I enjoyed that I finished so strongly with my driver. I really enjoyed making some of the longer putts that I made. Basically, anything over 5 feet, I consider a longer putt. Basically, the 5 to 15 is kind of a medium putt for me. Anything over 15 is that is 2, possibly 3 putt territory. But today, actually, I was putting really well. Wedges went well. Overall, my round went really well today. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how my round went. So anyways, For Me Golf, like and subscribe. If you like this, click right here and subscribe to the channel, and we will make your day, because I will continue to deliver excellent golf related content like this on a fairly regular basis. I'm not giving you an actual schedule at the moment because I'm not that committed, but yeah, we'll try it. Anywho, enjoying myself. For Me Golf. We'll catch you later. Enjoy.